Welcome to Manifest Beyond Limits, the podcast that helps you break free from fear and self-doubt so you can create a life filled with abundance, joy, and fulfillment. I'm your host, Anaja, manifestation coach, speaker, and believer in limitless possibility. Each week, we'll dive into the mindset shifts, energetic principles, and manifestation tools that help you step into your power and design a reality that truly lights you up. Because here, we believe there are no limits, and anything is possible. You ready? Let's manifest beyond limits. Welcome back to the Manifest Beyond Limits podcast. So as we come to the end of Black History Month, I want to share 10 powerful quotes from Black leaders, thinkers, and creators, and reflect on what they mean for us now. Because Black history is not only about the past, it's about the courage, resilience, and imagination that still lives within us today. So, quote number 1 by Marcus Garvey is, "If you have no confidence in yourself, you are twice defeated in the race of life." So I selected this quote as the foundation for this episode, because no matter what you're building, your life, your career, your dreams, belief has to start within yourself first. The outside world will always have its opinions, doubts, and resistance. But if you don't believe in yourself, then you've already lost the race before it even begins. So having confidence doesn't mean being arrogant. It's about trusting yourself, and from there, everything else grows. The second quote by Dr. Mae Jemison is, "Never be limited by other people's imaginations." So many people will project their own fears and doubts and limitations onto you. And if you're not careful, then you'll pick those up and start carrying them as your own. So it's important to remember that just because someone else can't imagine something for themselves doesn't mean it's impossible for you. The third quote by Harriet Tubman is, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. So a lot of times we're simply not dreaming big enough. We all have the potential within us to change the world in some way through our voice, our work, and our impact. And so for me, my biggest fear isn't failure. It's dying with regret, with what ifs, with unexpressed potential. And so you already have within you everything that you need. Quote number 4 by Colin Powell is, "Have a vision and be demanding." So most people have the vision part down, but where we fall short is demand. We give up too soon. We lower our standards, and we stop when it gets uncomfortable. And there's this image of this miner who stopped digging just 3 feet before hitting the gold that always stays with me, because you never know how close you are to your breakthrough. So you have to be demanding with your dreams. Quote number 5 by Nelson Mandela is, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." So fear isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong. It often means that you're stretching, growing, and dreaming beyond what's familiar. And so one of my favorite quotes is, "Feel the fear and do it anyway." Because if you never feel fear, then you're probably playing too small. Quote number 6 by Lupita Nyong'o is, "It's only when you risk failure that you discover things. When you play it safe, you're not expressing the utmost of your human experience." So a lot of people are playing it safe in careers, relationships, and their life, but nothing extraordinary comes without any risk. So living fully means that you allow yourself to fail, to learn, and to try again. And that's how you experience the depth of being human. Quote number 7 by Cicely Tyson is, "Challenges make you discover things about yourself that you never really knew." So we all love ease, but it's through the hardships that we grow, that we expand, and that we evolve. So challenges, they force us to rise and to learn and to become more than who we were before. Quote number 8 by Kerry Washington is, "I don't have to be perfect. All I have to do is show up and enjoy the messy and perfect and beautiful journey of my life." So life is never going to be perfect. There will always be ebbs and flows, ups and downs, and uncertainty and confusion. But the key is learning how to enjoy the journey, even within the messy middle. Quote number 9 by Amanda Gorman is, "For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it." So there is always light, even in the dark seasons, but it requires awareness. And sometimes the work isn't just seeing the light, but it's also choosing to become it. And the last quote by Beyonce is, "Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are." So a lot of us grew up with having our worth defined by others, parents, teachers, society, media. But you get to decide who you are, and you get to define your value. So all in all, Black history is a reminder of what's possible, of resilience, of courage, of imagination, of self-definition. So these words aren't just quotes, they're invitations to believe, to lead, to rise, and to become. So thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode of Manifest Beyond Limits. I hope you're leaving feeling inspired, empowered, and ready to take aligned action toward your next level. If this episode spoke to your heart, it would mean the world if you shared it with someone who needs to hear it, or left a quick review to help more beautiful souls find this space. And if you'd like to stay connected, you can find me on Instagram at Manifest Beyond Limits, or visit manifestbeyondlimits.com to dive deeper into my world. And remember, you are powerful, you are supported, and there are no limits to what you can create. With that being said, go out there and manifest a life that's truly beyond limits.